Good morning, friends. This is Jeff Arcos. Welcome again to the daily webinar. Today we're Thursday, 6th of December 2018. Remind you, this webinar is not meant to be a financial advice. This is only an education presentation. Please consider them a condition before you continue and when you receive the recording. As well, thank God for another day into my life and pray His blessings to that in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. Good morning, everyone, and let's start it today. With a date. So on the news sites, we got 10:30 retail sales with Australia. See what happened with that, as well with the OPEC meetings all day. See what's happened with that. At 11:30, we have trade balance with the Canadian after normal Wednesday that the market reacted, and then at 11:30 p.m. the government politics speak. Do you know that many of you may don't know I lived in Canada before when I was young and crazy for 3 years. I live in Toronto, but the cold weather deported me from Canada because I could not handle that. I said, no, I live in the tropics. This is where paradise is. So I went back to Ecuador and then came to Australia. 1 a.m. we got the ISM non-manufactured PMI and with the US, and that's all. All right, just let's have a quick look of our chats because is this the one? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so what we have here is with the pound New Zealand. So as I said at the beginning, yesterday I was saying there are two options of trading, whether we're trading at the beginning of the week or we're waiting for a daily pullback. So if we're looking on our index meta, which is, what are you? So when we're looking at the master, so we're looking, the New Zealand never have a pullback until today. So today is the first day that the whole group has a pullback, indicating that this is the day. Now, this is going both ways, whether, you really wants to wait for the pullback or you take the trade at the beginning. As I said yesterday, for me, both works because sometimes the market just break through and goes, and then there is no such a thing pullback, as we say. Then we're looking with Australia. We did have a pullback on Tuesday, but that pullback actually was a changing of the direction of the market. The yen has a pullback as well on Monday from the weekly, but it seems like it just went straight through. And now, for me, this is a pullback of the daily strength more than the pound that it is. So it seems like this is a way to look, when we have over here. So after that day, this is when we consider, say, where, we're looking to trade over there and nothing, so could it happen over there. So there it is, another market trades over there, move my stop loss over here, and that's all I can do to trade the breakout of the weekly. And unfortunately, that's, how the market works. So if we look in the pullback, it's happened just today. And today would be the moment that we can say, yeah, now I put in the trend line here and I'm trading that. For example, in this one, we did not have a pullback. The market just broke through and went there. So this is where, you would have the, which one is better. And I believe that now I am a strong believer as well that if we're planning to trade over here, did I pick that one? If we're planning to trade over here, what we're doing is, you see, this is higher, higher, and higher. This is higher, higher. Actually, the first time that we're looking to trade, it will be when we have a lower than the previous one, and that should be the one that we're looking to trade from. All right, same as we do with the daily, that we're looking at lower, 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 and the first higher somewhere over there, like or at least sideways, it should be the way to look, at least like this one sideways, not necessarily higher or lower, but that it is. So that's where it's just manage the trace, and that's all we can do. So this is another one over there. If I look, okay, this is the weekly today. We got a daily retracement, and this is where we see on that on here that that's no, this is another one. This is when just today, the New Zealand, which is Thursday, I don't like retracements happen. Tuesday is very good, I like when Tuesday the retracement instead of there. But anyway, so this is happened with that one. New Zealand, US, same, and yeah. So and then we got Australian yen. Uh, Now this is what's doing it yesterday on the daily. Now when we're looking, where should we target this? We look at the 1,000 pip levels and everything. Um, from here on, I believe we can trail the stops until the end of the week and see what happened over there, and from there we can just say, yeah, that's I have enough. And at the moment we got a quite long distance for 2 days trading. Maybe somewhere over here would be a nice profit to take into that. Um, got at pound Australia. Uh, that's the second one over here. And now here applying the daily strength that we have, and at least so we have whether the market pulls back or breaks. That's a nice daily breakout of, sort of kind of there. We got a nice support over there. This is the beginning of the month as well. So this could be a good entry, or we can wait for the weekly setup over there. This one is so in here I'm being sort of kind following the trade around there. The trade is still not activated, still on a buy stop at the moment, and it looks quite okay for that. The Canadian become very weak yesterday, so that's what is reacting. The Australia is actually weak too. If we look in the whole, might be the Australian Canadian might be no good idea to go long because Australia really is changing his direction. The beginning of the month, so this is when we say that we got to be alert from that. We got the trend line, we got the daily breakout. We did have the strength yesterday, and excuse me. Um, so we did have yesterday the strength, and that's where it now today actually is continue going down. So yeah, so here we can get it closer. So we got the monthly low, or this low over there as well. Could be two good months from there. This is the Euro Australia. So pound Australian, Euro Australia, I changed data there is because of the daily CC, as you understand. And this is where we got a beautiful break. We got a beautiful, if we look in the line chart, it's a beautiful support, and plus in the monthly, it's indicate a good level to look to buy. So here it is. We got the break. We got the beginning of the month breakthrough down, and now it's bouncing back. As I say, something is happening at the beginning of that. Australian US, yesterday we did have a quite nice indicator of where it could go. So the market has break. As I say, I'm not in a rush. Today we got some news with Australia. Just wants to give us some space for the market to move. And I will be there. I was a bit late with this entry anyway. So that's our two groups on the weekly candle close strategy. There is not really doing as it is. We have some kind of whips up. But look, this has happened sometime even for 2 months, 3 months in the year. But really, 8 months there, normally we have good months. So that's normally I have experience in my life. No 12 months are there, but still we're still making quite good, and that's the most important part. I believe the lesson of today is gonna be one of the most important lessons you ever gonna receive it. But many of you would remember it because we did a lesson maybe 5 years ago, and I want to incorporate actually into what I do today. So here we got Australia, New Zealand has the signal we received. I think it was a Monday. We received the signal for that. So the market has come, breaks, came to the touch, and there it is. Where we're going that direction, and sort of I want to try to take some space. I like that line as well. And see what happened from that one there. US yen. Yesterday we were looking to go long, short, but and I put it a short somewhere over there. So the market has pulled back with the US yen. So now it's still holding that there. So euro yen, same thing. We break it. We put it on a buy limit in that level. So the market has come all the way through, got the buy limit, and now is bouncing back. And yeah, so that's going quite okay. Then we have the Swiss yen. The same thing. The market just came over here, and now it's triggering the trade. So stop loss now. Now, thanks to the golden candle, we know where our stop loss normally works, and that's what you know, in the 4 hours we can place our stop loss over there. So Canadian yen, the same. Yesterday we did have over there. So the market in this case broke over there. I didn't looking for pullbacks, and that's where we're going. Pound yen, the same. The weekly was there. The day was here. The market comes back and hit buy limit, sell limit, and now my stop loss is in the previous there. So hopefully see what happened. We got the pound US. I don't see nothing really over here. Everything is very crunchy. With this one, euro pound, we did look for longs, so the market just came. Now, at the moment, I don't see nothing that we can get from that. Pound Swiss, the same. Just forget about it. Now we got here the pound Canadian. We got a nice trend line monthly, the beginning of the month, and we got a daily breakout, and this is a weekly trend line, and so here we got so golden touch as well, the buy stop, and we'll see which one of these I will get first. This one is a bit complicated as the market breaks below first, and then has break now up. So I'm looking whether the market comes to the previous resistance or the market breaks over here. We got that Euro Canadian is a little bit I like where it is, especially in this 1,000 pip level. It's been a good support for quite a long time now, and we got a daily trend line breakout. It's a bit far away, so I don't look for the touch. I'm looking only for the break, and maybe below to the monthly low. Uh, we'll we'll see what happened over there. So that looks good to me. And Canadian Swiss, we did have yesterday there. I did have a buy, take the loss, put the sell, and now it broke through. And Canadian, as I say, Wednesday, normally Canadian moves very strongly, and that's where we're going at the moment from there. US Swiss, I don't see nothing really from my point of view, so just leave it alone, and that's it. So we finish over there. All right, so just quickly looking what is happening with the dollar, and there it is. The dollar don't want to move, so we are definitely on a sort of controversy moments at the moment, and that's why the dollar don't move. Nothing will do, and we just need to hang on there until the move is happen. All right. Okay. How many of you remember? And this is what I want to know. Slideshows. How many of you? This is part of my workshop with the GMT, and this is now the strategy number one. It will be what we said just before that. We got that monthly support and high and lows, weekly candle close, and then we're looking for a trade from there. All right, so that would be definitely that one there. But this one here, you remember and it's exactly the same, but in this case, we look in the weekly candle trend line. How many of you remember that 5 years ago? Richard said, which time frame the high and the low indicator, please? Which one, Richard said? I didn't see the question before. Which time frame is the high and the low indicator? Um, on the weekly, we got the monthly. On the daily, I got the monthly, and here as well, I got the monthly. And this is the weekly candle close strategy. And if we're using the other one, I got in the daily, I got the weekly, which is not here. So this is in the other platform. So in this one, which is we don't over there, we only have, because in the other one we're looking for the weekly setups, as you received the chats yesterday for the daily CC. All right. Okay, let's go back to that what it was. So yeah, using the weekly right. So using the weekly trend lines, remember that we were looking monthly shopping levels, but on the weekly, I was not looking the weekly candle close, but what was looking is that in the weekly time frame, I was looking the highs and the lows of the trend line and draw trend lines over there. You remember that? How many of you remember that? No? Kojo, Richard? Helen is at the moment in holiday, but she will say, yes, I remember that. So therefore, what we're looking in the daily time frame breakout, and this strategy will be very, very close of what we did the workshop of the daily CC. Okay, this is when I just went back to my PowerPoint's presentation, and I remember this. And then, of course, that breakout has to be on the daily average index meter. Okay, in that time I did have a difference sort of average index meter for that. So how many of you remember this strategy? Now I want to incorporate this. And the way that I want to incorporate, because this will be actually the first option for our trading, all right? And the weekly candle close will be our second option. So what I want to be using as well for this, and I might take a bit longer today, but we don't have visitors today, so I'm freely to speak with everyone. Um, because I believe this strategy and the weekly candle close, so the weekly candle trend line and the weekly candle close will be two strategies together. So we're looking every day for an opportunity based in this strategy over here. Then of course, we put the E8 or we trade manually. Then we're using a stop loss target entry money management. And then, like me, we just go fishing. All right. So let's have a look at the charts that we have over here. So this line is a monthly shopping level. So this line, nothing is changing there. But here, what I got is a weekly trend line. And here I got a daily time frame breakout. Now, this is a very aggressive way of trading. All right. Now, if we're looking carefully as well, what after we run through this presentation, we'll go back, because this one actually can help us to trade on a more sort of trade. Now, whether it is the weekly candle close or the weekly candle trend lines strategies, I'm just going to start with one lot. And then I will add positions as the market will continue or go. Now, I might not need to close the trades at the end of the week, but as long as I have a break even, I will be happy, and I will explain you why. Now, what I noticed that out of these monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, and daily breakout. So this is a zone that I wanted you to learn. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, and daily breakouts. Now, imagine that at the end of that week, all right, so we start looking to trade right at the end of that week. Okay, we must have a weekly trend line breakout. So what happened in that time? I got my my trend line trader. What I used to do is just draw the trend line. I smell. This is one of my old index meter that I have over here, and that is the trade. And now what we see is the grid system connection over there. And this is what I believe, my friends, that once we got one entry on that weekly candle trend line system, the weekly candle close can help us to actually connect the grid from it. Did you understand what I say? Say yes or no. I believe the weekly candle close trend, the weekly candle trend line strategy will help us to be in front of our position. But when the weekly candle close comes and we have a daily retracement, I believe from that point we can connect the grid system and let the grid system take off. And then we know we got the intelligent break even. So let's have a look, because I have like 100 examples of here. So the make sure is that we got the weekly, the monthly trend lines, uh, monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, and daily breakouts. And what happened next? 2015. I put it 20,015. 2015 over there. And this meter is no different than the other meter that I have. Okay, so we I will not get into that point. But the thing is that right in that break, we come in the index meter. The euro is the black line, and the yen is the red one there. We see that the euro is already breaking, while the yen is just going quite sideways. So that break is helped me to understand what's happening over here. So just went back over there again. Euro yen monthly shopping levels, the weekly trend lines, but then I specific looking for the daily breakouts. This is very, very close. Jackie say, what is the grid system? I show you soon. All right, so the grid system is an amazing system. I I've been doing very well, but now I want to implement with this one here, and I'll show you later, Jackie, about that. So then we have again, and that's the Euro yen. Euro Australia, we got monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, but the most important is the day that it breaks, and that day has to have the index meter divergence, where the euro is going down, the Australia is going up, and I have a daily breakout. And like I said, this won't be any different of what already I'm doing so far. Now, as you see in this occasion, I just hold, believing in that break until the another trend line don't tell me different. Hold that break for a week before the market continue. And when I have now the suspicious, so what the grid system it is, Jackie, is if this order is one lot side. So once I got a confirmation of the market running very heavily, so I open the grid system where I have in the trendline trader as well I have with the Donchen line EA, that every 50 pips open a new position and close, open a new and close, open a new and close, open a new and close. Every 50 we have that. Open a new and close, open a new and close. While the original position is still alive, this position became 0.5. It's 50% of the original position. So if this is $10, this is $5. But here, the end of the day is just continue making profit. And then I have what I call an intelligent break-even stop loss. So if an order is over here and I have 1.5, the intelligent break-even stop loss will look the level ground, the even ground. So that's mean it will calculate the distance from here to there, and the stop loss will be there. If the market suddenly we got a news comes and breaks up, we are on a break even. But meanwhile, this one will continue. You will see a lot of examples of that. It will continue running heavily. That's the grid system. But I'm going to show you anyway with the EA very, very soon. Okay. And so let's continue with this one. So there we have monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, daily breakouts, index meter. And that's it. And from there, I used to use the golden candle strategy or just trade at the need over there. And this is what. Once I'm sure that this trade is for long time, then I open the grid system. This is two lots. This is one lot. So therefore, the EA finds a even break level where whatever could happen over there at the moment, I'm on a break even. And as the market continue going down, the break even, it will be continue going there until I have a confirmation the market is turning around, and then I decide to close everything off. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, and daily breakout. Now, this looks to me like a pattern, isn't it? An index meter right over there. So the euro is really at the bottom compared to the New Zealand, which is, right over there. But the most important, I did have the break. And as I say, I traded whether the break or the golden touch or whatever it is. And that was the trade running from there. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, and daily breakout. Now, if you look this weekly, we're looking to go long that week according to our weekly candle close strategy. But because I'm trading, this is a different system than the weekly candle close. This is the weekly candle trend line, and the index meter was with me in that time. That was the break, and that's what it is. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, daily breakout. Now, if I'm waiting for the weekly, I will be waiting right at the bottom, and maybe I would have a lot of problems over there. But with this one, it's quite safe, and the way that you enter in the index meter as well is with me. Now here I changed the format a little bit, but I still looking at the monthly shopping levels, the weekly trend line, and the daily breakout. And now I like because I got the index meter. So this is for me the most important picture of all. So we got a monthly shopping levels, we got a weekly trend lines, and we got the daily breakout. Can write this one there. And as we see over here, the Australia is just take off, in that position. And the pattern is confirming me that this is the day that it breaks. If I wait for the weekly candle close to tell me, maybe I have to wait somewhere over there before I enter. All right, and from that, nice break from that entry over there. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, daily breakouts, index meter with me, and that was my trades. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, daily breakouts, index meter, and that was the result. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, daily breakouts, index meter, and that was the trade from there. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, daily breakouts, index meter. 4 steps. How many of you like it that I remind you this strategy now? Because I'm going to incorporate both, whether it's the weekly time frame or is the other one, we should start always with a minimum lot size. And as the market goes, Okay, as the market goes, then we can increase. I remember this lesson from I'm being paying high money to learn from people as well, and especially for hedge fund manager. This guy says that when he has a pattern over here, let's see they allocate 500 K to this trade according to his hedge fund. That's what I remember exactly what he said. When the market breaks, he never put the 500 here. He only put a 100K into that trade. That's all he does. This is according to his money management. This is allocate for this trade. All right. Now, once the market runs and it makes a new consolidation and the market breaks back again, then he comes here and put it 200 because now this trade is trending. At the break, didn't know. And that was actually when I created the grid system idea in that time. That was my original idea when I did that. So as the market continue going and it does another there and it breaks, then he comes and put the last 200,000 from there. So you see, he has split his risk into that until he get to this and the market breaks below and that's it that he finished. So from here, let's see, he made 1,000 points. For here he did 800. From here only he did maybe 600. And that is the idea that we need to hold into our strategies, that we're only going to allow to trade one lot side or maybe half a lot side or maybe $1. But as the market continue moving, we want to, put whatever more. How many of you like that idea better than to risk everything at the beginning? So we got it again here. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, daily breakouts, index meter, and that was my break. On the golden touch, bang. And then the grid system kicks from here. You see, once I know that I have enough buffer, then I start. Now, in this case, I don't hold the trade. I just want, as the market continue going, I just wanted the money out, in and out, in and out, in and out. While the original order is still making big profit, here I'm taking, start taking the monthly shopping levels, resistance, became support, weekly trend lines, daily breakouts. Beautiful golden touch, market comes, breaks from there, and then we have an index meter. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, daily breakouts, index meter, and there it is. And the grid system continue taking from there. And that's the break-even situation between the two orders over here. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, daily breakout. And I remember this trade very, very much. Something happened in that moment there. And there it is. And once I'm in a big profit, then I connect the grid system and then I say, yeah, from now on you can take off from there. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, daily breakout, index meter. And there it is. You see, at the moment the market comes, already got this profit. I still have big there. So the first rejection point that I have over there, draw a trend line and then out of that trade. That's how simple I was doing. Nothing more complicated. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, daily breakout, index meter. So I wait for the index meter to be with me in that moment. Not the day that it breaks, but the day where the index meter say, yeah, this is that trade. And that it is. Right from that beginning of that, the market went, and then I start connecting the grid system. Because now I'm in a big, we got, you see from here, we got that one there, and that it is. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend line, daily breakout, index meter. And then we have monthly shopping levels, weekly trend line, daily breakout, index meter, And there it is again. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend line, daily breakout, index meter. And right from there it went. And when I got a big profit, the market continued running. I connect the grid, and the grid was taking off from there. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, daily breakout, index meter, and things take off from there. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, daily breakout. Forgot to move but here we got the index meter, and that's the trace. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend line, daily breakout, index meter. There we are. Monthly shopping levels, ABC, weekly trend line, daily breakout, index meter, and there we are. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend line, daily breakout. You see the day that actually, you see how here the index meter, this one was going up, this one was going up. So I'm not touching, not just because the breakout, but because the day that actually the Australia lost strength while these ones continue going up. And that was the trigger day that we normally used to do. And there it is. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend line, daily breakout, index meter, and big runs. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend line, daily breakout, index meter. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend line, daily breakout, index meter. You want me to continue or should I stop there now? I'm just checking now something. And that's another one. That's another tray. Another one, monthly, here it is. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend line, daily breakout, index meter. That it is. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, daily breakout, index meter. And that was around Christmas, I remember this one. Yeah, exactly. That was somewhere. Sometimes I used to say, oh, no, I don't trade in Christmas, blah, blah, blah. And when I come in January, I find the market do these things without me. And it got me upset so much. So, oh, no, this can't be happen. So yeah, anyway, so that was why I like to do now this. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, daily breakout, index meter, and that's the tray. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend line, daily breakout, index meter, and there we are. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend line, daily breakout, index meter. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend line, daily breakout, index meter. You're gonna have dreams with me today, yeah? Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend line, daily breakout. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend line, daily breakout, index meter. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend line, daily breakout, daily index meter. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend line, daily breakout, index meter. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend line. That was the continuation from here as the market continued, the red try from there. And that's again Christmas time, if I remember that, 2015. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend line, daily breakout, index meter. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend line, daily breakout, index meter. What is the weekly here? Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend line, daily breakout, and that's the grid system. After you see, Jackie, I have something, the market is moving heavily. Look, now this year, it seems like with all this shake and move around, the market are not trending like I used to do before. All right, so the market at the moment is that, but it's still a great system to apply now. Just the first order there. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend line, daily breakout over here, and that is the trend. So whether we're going short, we're going long, we're going shorter again, it's just no difference whatsoever. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend line, daily breakouts, index meter, and that's the try. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, daily breakouts, index meter. You see, I wait for the break to actually the index meter, and that was the tries. And then I go long as well. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, daily breaks, index meter. What do you reckon, Jackie? Is this is this what we should be applying with not only the weekly candle close strategy? What for me, I believe that this one, this would be our setup number one, and the weekly candle close should become our setup number two. Because from that point, if we have when we have the daily index meter telling us today is a day that running with the weekly, then we can activate the grid. Or we just can put an order, an extra order, and then just let it run, even without closing, without the grid system. Just put a new order, new order, new order, and then trailing the two as the market goes. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend line, daily breakout, index meter. Monthly shipping levels, weekly trend lines, daily breakout, index meter. This is now when I start implementing 2017. Now like I said, the amount of index meter that I have, you won't believe it. What you get is the tears and the blood of many years been testing everything that I could imagine. So here is when I start my thing, and that was the Euro Australian there. So this breakout of the Euro Australia match with my selection over here, and that's when I say, yeah. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, daily breakout, Euro Canadian on the 28th of February. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, daily breakout, Euro Pound. Do you see the runs that the market does from there? Can anyone have a look there? Is that the runs that you wanting? Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, daily breakouts, index meter. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, daily breakouts, index meter. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, daily breakouts. Look, this is when we all scratch our heads, isn't it? This is when you know things not working anywhere there. Do you think that these steps of wearing precisely this trading plan could actually help us to stay away from sideways market and just take when the market is telling us what it's doing instead of us telling what the market should do? And the index meter over here, pound US. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend line, daily breakout, index meter. I think you are tired enough to hear me, isn't it? Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, daily breakout, index meter. Monthly low, weekly trend line, daily break, index meter. Monthly, shopping level. Weekly, trend line. Daily, breakout, index meter. Daily, this is the daily index meter. Monthly, shopping levels. Weekly, trend line. Daily, breakout, daily index meter. Is anybody crying on the other side or of joy? Because this week actually this is what we done. After we ran the lesson of the day DCC with you, I just come to the conclusion. I said I remember my first strategy. Before the weekly candle close, after the weekly candle close, it came this weekly candle trend line, and I say, why not? Why not to apply both strike? Because I still like the weekly candle close. Don't get me wrong. I still love that strategy very, very much. But if we get the two combining, because once the weekly candle close, which is here I can connect the index meter. Sorry, the grid system. Or maybe I can put a new order. And then we carry, you see, we put $1 a pip here, another dollar, and as the market consolidates and another dollar, suddenly when we get out of that trade, we got $3, with tremendous profit there. Now, how long this takes to form? It doesn't form every week. Sometimes it takes months to form. So we should not be, just pumping up and trades like that, but waiting for the right trades. And once the confidence is there, instead of $1, we got $10 there, and another $10 over here, and another $10 over there. And this is how the money management can play. So what happened with this guy said, it was actually a private session I had with him. He said, Jeff, if the $100,000 fell, I only fell, one portion of my 500,000. Then I have another 100,000 to trade a new pattern there. So you see, he has to be wrong 5 times before he wipe his allocate management for that precise stock. And I love that idea. Now, how many times we fell with this 4-step system? Hmm? Monthly shopping level, weekly trend lines, daily breakout, and index meter has to be with that break, because sometimes happen this, and and the market doesn't do anything. Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, but the most important part is the day that it breaks, and the index meter has to be, because that's what it gives us the power to do it. Is that a $1 million picture? What do you reckon, Patrick? Patrick is still there. Must be very late for you, maybe 1 o'clock in the morning now. My friend Patrick is from Africa. He's one of my loyal friends there. You like this one, Patrick? What do you reckon this one? He said yes. Oh, it's 1 a.m. Well, at least you didn't be awake for nothing, isn't it? You watch now that what can really we make it happen. And again, I will put all the setups like that in what we see. So the only thing you're gonna be looking is exactly what you're looking here. You're gonna be looking with my daily setups. Is that a good news? Monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, daily breakouts, index meter, monthly shopping levels, weekly trend lines, daily setups. Now we got one FLs. After how many? But guess what? When we enter it again, anyone has any conclusion about? So here we have one that fails. We got the monthly shopping levels, the weekly trend lines, we got the daily breaks, we got the index meter. Everything is in place. Step 1, step 2, step 3, and step 4, and we fail. But when we enter again here, when on the pullback again, isn't it? When this this bar over here is telling us with the index meter, oh no, that was just a messing up there, and there it is. Because you see, to form again another, to try to find this, we need to have another daily break, but we don't. Until that is not happen, we continue looking the date of the break, the direction of the break. That is the good news. Monthly shipping labels, weekly trend lines, daily breakout. Look, it's going 50 minutes. You want me to stop or just continue? Because I still need more to show you at the end of the day. Daily breakout, index meter, and there we are. Monthly shipping labels, weekly trend line, daily breakouts, index meter, monthly shipping labels, weekly trend line, daily breakouts, index meter, and that's it. And that's what we say yesterday to these other guys. When I read this one, sorry, this one, if education is expensive, wait until you see ignorance will cost you. Has ignorance already cost you the way to creation? And this is when, I remember I said, I'm gonna put every single dollar that I have into my education. And that has brought me a lot of pain to me to do this. And I don't have plan B for me. I did not have plan B. I only have plan A. And this is why it makes different. Now, when we're looking into our, what is I want to show you? This one. We're looking at exactly the same thing. And we can say, um, let's put this one up, and we have like that. So one thing that I want you to observe is that if we're looking over here, this is our monthly support. We come to the weekly, we draw our trend lines as the market allows us once a week, and then we have the trade over here. All right. So that's the process that we have. Now, as we see, the market just completely fell, came back over there, and it trades. But until we don't have any other, the same way to looking to go short, we're not looking to go short there. We're looking back again to go long over there. And this is when things can, move different. Now, before I forgot, what it was that one? It was here. Try to remember where do I put that one there. Now, by the way, with this robot, looking the weekly candle close direction, no trade was triggered because waiting for the two touches. This one just got one, but it was waiting for the two touches, which is sometimes is quite good that way. There's not this one. Isn't this one here? I think. Don't tell me I lost it. Or maybe it's this one there. I need my glasses. What is the Euro New Zealand? Oh, there you are. And this is the grid system. Once we got the first order, and from here, now one of the beauty of the way the grid system it is that as the market continue, it just continue open and close, open and close. But once the market retrace, the market will not open any other grid system from that on. Okay, after it finish the close over there. But what it will do from there is come and open as soon the market breaks from this level and start continuing open over here, and then again over there. So once this one get closed out, then the market comes and it tries again, and then here goes up again, here again, and here goes up again and again and again. And while the market retraces, it just go free of anything there. Once the market breaks again from that, and that it is. And this is what's taking, very small amount of pips in the direction that we were looking. All right, so what we looking over here is this, monthly shopping level, weekly trend lines, daily breakouts, and of course here we don't have the index meter with us, and but this is what we want to be looking over there. Now this is let me go through the euro because I wanted you to notice something very particular that happened at the end, or when the monthly start forming his support and resistance levels. All right. Hopefully it's not too. It's 55 minutes already. But what is particular, my friends, is that when the market reach these levels over here, so what normally is happening in right of it or in those levels over there, and especially is patterns start forming from there. Now, if you look in this patterns association and you see the day that actually the pattern breaks. Now this is looking more widespread, okay, that what I show you, but it's still, inside this one there, we still can see that we can start making, some pips around and actually enter quite early as the market it gave us the opportunity to try from levels like this one. All right. Okay, and from there we see that that's how the market is reacting from there. Now, if you're looking, for example, that over there, and we come to the weekly time frame, and we said, okay, I want to be looking the longer range over there. We see that right over here we got a break, but as well we got a golden touch, and this one, we continue looking whether we want to go short or we want to go long. That is our break. Once the market breaks from here, we're looking right over there. We can put the EA to work over there for us. Say, yeah, I like that trade, follow that trade. What we normally see right in this level is that market comes into the forms a nice pattern, and as I say, from here is the only index meter it will tell us when is right to run from here. So we even at the daily candle close breakout, this is when I need to make sure that if I want to trade from that position, I want to see the the index meter in place because I'm in a monthly high, monthly support, resistance, weekly trend line, daily breakout, and that it is. If this is a level that market is playing from there, so from here I can continue looking this beautiful, and look the days that it breaks. No really happy breaks. Now sometime here we need to do a little bit of that. I remember this break here. It was a bit silly. And there it is. Nice break over there. And there we have. So when we see something is coming, one way up or one way down, and we see the market reacting from the level. So you see, once I got over there, and if the weekly is already from there, from here I can be looking now for the grid system or add positions so there because I'm quite away, and I can continue running from there. Now this is the 30, is that one there, and I can run, from that position all the way up over here. So every time the market runs through this level over here, what this is difficult to do this way where we were here. So right over there, we're looking a very clean picture of what the market is doing on this level over here. And as the market provides us with new highs and new lows, suddenly we will have the break. And look where the market come and retest before that. Look how long pattern formation we have in this one over there. And this is how the market is reacting, whether we have these levels over there, come over here, and this is looking now patterns. This is the study I do about patterns more than anything else. And the moment that it breaks, when the market comes back to same level, that would be another trend line over there, and that it is. All right, so this is how um, you know we're supposed to be looking, because out of this big, if we draw there, if we draw there, is the index meter at the end of the day is telling us that yeah, this is a good break. My friend, it's 1 hour. I better leave you. I hope so that this will help you a lot. So from Monday on, we will see this strategy more often. Yeah, so we will see this strategy more often. And I believe, with the daily candle close, the golden candle strategy will be fantastic over there, because it will help us as well when sometimes the trend lines are not there in place, but the golden candle is there. And from that point, it will be just completely thrilled from that moment on. All right. And well, nothing more that I can say at the moment. Just have a nice weekend, relax weekend, and we'll see you in Monday. Um, and yeah, so if nothing happened, I'm not planning to go fishing now. I just got so much on my plate to do. But just after like I said, the what we did, I thought, why not? Oh yeah, that's right. Today is Thursday. Wow, Richard, you see, my head is everywhere at the moment. I thought it was Friday today. Now we see it's tomorrow morning. Sorry for that. I thought that today we are Friday. I'm ahead of the time at the moment. But anyway, so yeah, take that. And let's keep looking that way with the daily strength, and then we will continue with that. Okay, so we see you tomorrow. Have a beautiful time. God bless you. Cheers and bye.